Welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker and he's Derek. All right, Derek, you went to New York.
You know, now that I think
so
about
you've been to New York.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
So now that I think about it, that story I talked about last time with the curtain, that was like my one chance to do that like classic curtain thing where like movie thing where like you like someone like does something to like a curtain where they either like cut something or something like that, and then the counterweight just pulls them up, and they use it to go up stage.
Yeah, that was your one time.
That was like my one chance to do that.
And you failed.
Okay, so yeah, I went.
So you've been to New York
yesterday.
My spider's on top of me.
I drove to New York City and back yesterday, which was about 14 total hours of driving.
That sounds fun.
It was not.
It was not. All I know is you messaged me. I'm not even here yet, and I already have a story. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So what I did was I drove to White Plains, New York.
Okay.
And then from there, I took a train into New York City.
Right.
Because that way I didn't have to drive through the city or like park in it at all either. It overall saved me money because parking in New York City can be expensive. Also, driving is a nightmare.
Right.
So the first story was on the train in.
Mm-hmm.
The drive down was pretty uneventful. There was like nothing to it. It was pretty easy, nothing special.
Right.
So I get a train ticket, taking the train in.
Right.
I'm like standing. I was like standing like rather than sitting because I didn't find any available seats.
Right.
And like it was like all seating with the exception of like in the areas between cars there was like standing areas where like they had poles to just like stand for the ride, which that's what I did. And it's also right next to one of the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a lady there. There were like two other people that were like there was like a man and a woman that were standing there like in that same area as well. And like at one point like there's a lady there, or the lady there tried to like go into the bathroom, and like she like knocked and like it was locked, and like because like there was somebody in there, so she was like waiting to use the bathroom, and then like someone came by to like check tickets, as they do.
This is super laggy and doesn't need to be right now. Okay, thank you.
So
Sped
there was someone who came by to check tickets, as they do.
Okay.
And
I just fucking cut
she
the
like
sheep.
knocks on the door. She like knocks on the bathroom door and asks like, "Hey, is anybody in there?"
Right.
And it's like no response. And like she like tries the door and the door's locked. She like knocks again and she's like, "Is anybody in there? Like I need to." Like,
oh my god! What the fuck?
I need to like check tickets. And like someone says like, "Yeah, I'm like in here." And I think that they actually said that they were in there too at one point when the lady like went to try to go in before. And so she like she like cracks the door open a bit because like she like unlocks the door and like cracks it open a bit, and it's like hey, like people, there's like people waiting to get in there, and like I need to like check your ticket. And it was someone who was just like sitting in there, not like using the bathroom at all. That was just I'm pretty sure that what they were doing is it was kind of weird, and like they were kind of acting weird. It was someone who probably like it was like a kid who seemed like he was probably in like he was either like in high school or like just out of high school maybe.
Right.
And he was like really kind of like awkward and like didn't really say much, but like and I didn't hear everything that was said really, but like the lady was like, "You got a ticket?" And like I'm assuming he didn't, because like she basically was like, "All right, you need to like pay for like a ticket or something like that." And like she pulled out a thing and like he like gave her a card, and she like scanned it and then gave him a receipt or whatever. But like I'm guessing he was trying to stow away, basically, where he was trying to hide in the bathroom to not pay. So that was the first story.
Okay.
I saw someone I'm assuming try to stow away, Um,
All right.
Train gets in. I realize like as the train's getting in, I'm gonna be late to my interview, so I also had to go to the bathroom. So I get to Grand Center Station. I go use the bathroom, and while I'm
Oh
using the
no,
bathroom,
he's red.
I send an email to my to the person I'm supposed to be interviewing. And I'm like, hey, just got to Grand Center Station. I'm like walking there now. I'm probably gonna be like late. They knew it was like a long drive for me, so like I would hope that they would assume that like there's uncertainty, like I might just end up being late because of just how far away it is and how it's impossible to plan for something that's so far away and to be like exactly on time.
Right.
So like I like leave Grand Center Station, I start walking that way, and I get a phone call for the place that I was going to interview for. So I answer the phone, and the guy's like, hey, we didn't know you were coming today. And I was like, what? And I was like, uh-huh. And it's like I replied to your email. So like they'd sent me an email like about a week before, because like I emailed back and forth with them a bit, and they emailed me and they were like, hey, could you come down, like I was like trying to figure like out what to do for like me with them, and they're like, can you come down Tuesday at 2 p.m.? And I was like, yeah. I replied to that, yeah, I can do that. Apparently they never got that email.
Nice.
I don't know if it was on their end or if it just like didn't send on my end or something dumb like that. But so like at that point when the guys basically like, yeah, we didn't get your email, I'm saying they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Because like I just got here. It's literally I'm heading there. I'm like walking there now. Luckily, we had to cut the interview short. But like he's like, we might have to cut the interview short, but like I can still meet with you. I didn't realize you're gonna be here. They had like a phone call or something like that they had to make. So like they weren't able to do it for long, but I was able to have the interview. I was hella awkward during it because I was kind of frazzled after that conversation because I was like it was not a good thing. That was not like the last thing I wanted to hear. After getting there.
Yeah.
When they didn't send me another email after like I last replied to them, I started to think like, hey, this is kind of weird, like that they didn't reply. Maybe I should send them another one, but I didn't because I figured, well, I guess it's possible they just didn't reply to it, like because I more or less just said like, yeah, I can be there. I would have assumed they'd still give some sort of confirmation, but yeah, I guess they just never got it.
This dynamic lighting slowing down my game. Okay, thank you. Freedom.
I saw a bunch of like staples of New York City though. This is my first time ever going to New York City also. So let's see. I passed probably like 10 homeless people at least.
Nice.
It was like a 22-minute walk.
The New York City staple.
So
oh my god.
I saw and heard like a lot of like road rage, people honking at each other, people honking at pedestrians.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing.
Where am I?
I saw a lot of
how did I get back here?
And I saw a lot of police and ambulances with their lights on in traffic that could not progress.
Right.
Let's see. What else? This made me real sad, and this will probably come up with a later topic I have.
Okay.
Again, when I left the interview, when I left the building, I walked outside to see the end of a random act of kindness.
The end of a random act of kindness?
On, like, YouTube, like the kind of thing you see like on at like YouTube videos of like people just like doing random acts of like cool things. I like witnessed one just happen.
Just happen, just like that.
Like,
I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe someone was just nice to someone else like that. I've never seen that shit before.
I was so Zinker. I saw it, and my first thought was, I'm so sad. I'm leaving like half a second, or I couldn't have left like 2 seconds earlier because that could have been me on the receiving end. I basically I saw like I walked out of the building. I saw like a guy like walking away, like looking happy and being like you have a good day, sir. Like no worries. And someone being like thank you so much. And like there was a bunch of money on the ground. Like the guy was like kind of like picking it up. I'm guessing what happened was like then like when the guy like walked by, he like basically either like dropped like a bunch of money or something like that, and it was basically like that's for you, sir, or something like that. But I saw like a bunch of like decent sized bills on the ground.
This is the most annoying
And
gym of all time.
I saw that and I was like, I don't know what just happened, but I wish I was here like a couple of seconds earlier.
That's Derek's luck for you.
Because I could have used those bills.
I could have used those bills. Derek, you don't need bills. You need money. You don't want bills. Bills are horrible.
I guess. I guess yeah. I should clarify that I meant like physical money, not like the guy like dropped like like his hotel bill, his like dinner bill, like his like
his
taxes
life insurance
on the ground.
His taxes. I didn't do my taxes.
But I went into a really cool retro game shop on the way as I was leaving too, that I just happened to pass.
Did you go to the Pokemon Center?
They have. No, I did not. I don't. I would have. I would have if I had more time there, but I didn't want to stick around for very long. I only stopped in the retro game place because it was on the way. I looked for a copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I found it. It was $180. I wish I could have bought it because that's actually a better price than it normally is.
Nice.
And I also have not. I don't think I have seen a copy of that game in person since. Do you
not have it?
I saw it. I don't have Zinker. I had one opportunity in my life to acquire that game for a very good price, and I missed it because I was a dumb child. It is one of the biggest regrets of my life.
Haven't you played that one?
Only regrets. One of the very few regrets of my life. Yes, I played it on an emulator.
Oh, okay. Well, then why the fuck do you need a copy of the game?
Because I want to own it. Because I still want to own it. Anyways,
you want to own something.
When I was like, probably when I was probably like, I don't know, probably like, what year would this have been? This would have been like, I guess I was probably like 10 or 11 or so. I found a single copy of that game at a GameStop for like $24 used.
Jeez.
This was like after well after the Wii was out, but before GameStop stopped selling. Before GameStop stopped selling GameCube games. That was the only time, and since then I don't think I've ever seen that game in person. It's now like a $300 game to like own a physical copy usually.
Okay.
Like I said, this place I had it for $180.
Right.
Fire Emblem games are very expensive because there's not like there's not that many of them, and they're like especially since the series has gotten more popular recently.
Yeah.
Since like 2012, like they're very expensive because they're like collector's items pretty much at this point.
Right.
I have like a couple of the old games, but like I'll also never get rid of them, anyways.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was very sad. I stopped.
What?
When I was walking.
What? What just happened? What? Huh? What?
I guess I'll continue next time.
Next time on Speletons. How did I get to that one? Wait a second. I went up this one, and I go down this one, and I'm on the other side of the fucking room. Bye. I don't understand this maze. Who made this treehouse like this?